What did I say? I said above 30K, we're back in business. Below 30K, bad. Above 30K, good. 46K? That's wifey territory, boys. We're close to all-time high. We're on the precipice of a Bitcoin ETF approval, which all the listeners out there, I'm hearing things. They're saying, we might get an ETF. The ETF is already approved. It's in the bag, yada, 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 yada. So really, what we have to be concerned with is how to play this event. It's basically a certainty. According to everyone on the fucking internet, the ETF is going to get approved. It's all going to go off without a hitch, and there's nothing to worry about. We've got billions of dollars, literally billions of dollars of buy pressure that is going to instantly flood into the market. It's going to hit the bid, right? We're all going to get super duper fucking rich. That's what I'm being told. Okay, I'm being told it's a guarantee. So anything outside of an ETF approval at this point would be a massive black swan and horrendous. Anything can happen. I'm in a couple of trades, but nothing crazy. My spot entries are from much lower than here because we're going into arguably one of the biggest kind of news events ever. And I think trying to position yourself heavily in leverage trades before that maybe isn't the brightest thing to do, but we'll see. I think it's difficult to predict what's going to happen. I mean, my opinion is short-term pop and then probably retrace and then long-term super bullish. The idea that we're just going to go straight up after an ETF announcement. I mean, we've known about this for 6 months plus, right? Didn't they announce it back in like June? So even more than 6 months, everyone's like, it's certainty it's going to happen. So did we really just get all that time to buy and the institutions are going to appear and just pump our bags to infinity? No retrace. Everyone's on board. Fuck it. Maybe. I don't know. Like, are they going to instantly start buying? I don't know. Are the inflows that are lined up not going to start until later, until Q2? Is there going to be a shakeout before? Are we going to dump before going up? I don't really know. But I think long term, it's bullish, right? I think long term, an ETF for BTC, how can it not be bullish? Now, if you're a doomer, maybe the argument is this is just a way for the government to dump on us or the big money to dump on us, and it's going to remove all anonymity of Bitcoin. It is kind of funny how we're so against big money in crypto, right? Fuck the institutions. Fuck the banks. Fuck the regulators. Fuck all those people. Fuck Gary Gensler. They just want to take your coins. They don't know what they're talking about. Fuck all these guys. That's why I'm in crypto. And now, with an ETF looming, please, Mr. Gary Gensler, Larry Fink from BlackRock, please pump our bags. Who are we? I don't really know. It's just sometimes I wonder. So I would like to think that overall an ETF is bullish for crypto, bottom line. That being said, short term, I think it's a very tricky spot. I think the obvious play is to kind of be long into it, but maybe that's too obvious. My kind of thoughts were something along the lines of this, right? We get some sort of pop into the ETF. Everyone screams that we're going higher, and then we get the actual correction, and then we start uptrending. We have halving coming up in only a few months, so maybe we get some sort of retrace sub 40 again. I don't know. Maybe it comes really deep or maybe not, right? Maybe we just go up from here. The reason I have an issue with this just post ETF is it's like we've known this is coming. The news is baked in. So it just seems crazy to me that we would all basically have been told an ETF is coming back here and we just never get punished for only pressing the green button basically since June, right? Like it's just going to go up forever. I don't know. That's the one thing to me that's a little bit suspicious, being like, okay, we really think that we're just going to go up from here just to all-time high with no pullback. To me, a move above 50, right? And then a correction and then the real move. Everyone thinks we're going up because of the ETF. Everyone gets washed out. Then the real fucking move happens. We go into halving. We're bullish. That seems more logical to me. Does that mean that's what's going to happen? I don't fucking know. But I'm long from much lower prices than where we're at now. So I have the luxury of being able to waiting and seeing. And if you can't not be in a trade right now and you're like, I have to be in a trade, you might be gambling. Like you might have a gambling problem because we're basically going to know whether or not this thing's going live in like 24 to 48 hours. It's kind of crazy to think that you can't not be in a trade for a day or two. We'll have to see what happens short term, but I do think long term, the future of crypto is much like the stock market. It's going to go up and it's going to go to the right. That is the stock market 101. No matter what, recessions, whatever you think, all the crazy shit, world wars, it goes up and it goes to the right. And I think that's the future for Bitcoin as well, long term. And I think that this adds to that. Now, are there a whole host of other things that come with a spot ETF? Sure. You got to remember, there's ETFs for Bitcoin already, right? They already exist. So this is not like the first ETF ever. Spot ETF, we have some of the largest asset managers creating these things and getting on board. So again, long term, I think it's bullish, but short term, I think it's a tricky spot. And if you've been crushing it since September, because if you remember your old boy Maine from last year, Maine from 2023, he told you, right? We were all in. We had a few all-in calls, right? Oh, man, how do you go all in when you're already all in already? The influencer dilemma, right? When everyone's like buying the dip and then they're like, I'm all in. And then dip comes and they're like deploying more capital. It's like, I thought you're already all in. But if you guys remember, go check the Telegram, go check Twitter, because you know I collected that clout. I was like, I'm going all in here. I sold some up here. And then I went all in again here. And when I say all in, I just mean I bought a shitload of fucking spot. I don't mean I put every single dollar I have into the market. To me, these were just two very high confidence spots where I was shoving on spot. So we're comfy from down here, right? We're comfy from down here. You know, I do think that, you know, if you crushed this last leg up, the last thing you want to do is, if remember I talked about this in the last video, if your P&L looks like this, the last thing you want to do is have one of these that just comes in and fucking eats into a bunch of money that you had built up by consistently being risk managed and taking good trades, and then you blow it all, you know, just doing something stupid. So how you want to play it is up to you. I'm going to be kind of waiting and seeing. Yeah, I'll take probably some degen plays or something like that, but nothing super high confidence and nothing with massive size, because I think the likelihood of crazy volatility to the up and downside is very high, where we could see a move up and then a move down and then back. Like we could see a crazy Darth Maul, right? With, you know, big wick on either side. And I just don't want to get, you know, fucking chop sueyed, you know, dealing with that. Anyways, so Bitcoin, it did what I wanted it to do from my last update. So we had finally broken out of this range, right? Because we'd been going sideways for basically, you know, the entire month of December within this very large range, right? We had our swing low way down here, swing high up here. Sideways, sideways, sideways. You can see here, boom, there's your market structure break. So this is your clue that we're now looking for the next leg up in price. Price is bullish, right? So this is literally this point right here. So it's not always going to be like this in the real chart, right? Like sometimes you're going to have your high, then you're going to have like this, and then you get your market structure break, but it still works the same. So we finally got our MSB here. We drew out our new range. So you take your low, you mark out your high, and very simply, everyone was calling for 50K here. And I told you guys, hey, I want to long a pullback into the 12-hour bullish order block. And it gave us the exact setup I was looking for. The only thing that kind of, you know, fucked it over was this lick cascade, right? So we had that big sell-off. We had, you know, a couple billion in liquidations there. And then the bears get it absolutely rammed up them right afterwards. But otherwise, it respected the zone, right? If not for that lick cascade, this would have just been a very simple retest before higher. So we came in, we dipped, but we still maintained the range. So this becomes a bullish SFP. The problem is with this type of wick, right? It's kind of hard for me based on my strategy to set my risk, because it's like, well, my risk is supposed to go below the SFP. Well, that's really wide, right? Even if I would have longed here with my stop here, even with today's breakout, it's like a 1-on-1. Regardless, we had the wick, but we respected the zone. What I was looking for next was a new high and ultimately a move to here. I was hoping to get long, so I marked out this low in Telegram yesterday, and I said, hey, if we run this low, I would then look to long and target higher prices. It never came, but Ethereum, I'll show you that in a moment, did print that exact setup that I'm talking about. But now we've got a new range, right? So we've broken out again. We've got a new high here. It's not locked in yet because this candle is still trading. And then we've got a new swing low here. So one thing I will say is this is definitely losing a little bit of steam. Like you want to see this have way more upside if this is really strong, much stronger breakout. But for now, we have a new fresh 12-hour bullish range. The point of interest is way down here, right? So ideally, you know, we could have a 5% dip into here before another leg up and continue. If these were regular market conditions, I'd be looking to long down here. However, with the ETF this close, I'm probably going to just sit and watch, right? But this is our new range that we're going to be trading in. So if we come into the lower part of the range and get bullish, I'll look to long. If we break out and then fade back inside, I might look to short. But otherwise, I'm just going to wait and see. I'm not going to rush in anything. This is still bullish until proven otherwise. But I'm of the mindset that I think we could see, you know, these couple of highs here get run. Now, does it overshoot 48? I don't know. But I think if we get another leg up, I think we get distribution in here. I don't want to say a sell the news event because I do think we still end up going up after. But I wouldn't be surprised if we get a move up and then a very sharp correction. Because if you just look at how this chart's been moving, we've known about the ETF since here, and price has just done this. There's been no major pullback Heck, we've only had 2 red weekly candles in the last 3-4 months. I think we're due for a big old dump sooner than later. But again, do we run 50K first? Do we not? Does it happen pre-ETF? So like today or tomorrow? Does it happen post-ETF after a little, maybe news-driven spike? I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to find out very fucking soon. So one of the things that I'm watching for is potentially a move up here. And that move up will coincide with FBTC finally putting in its fucking bottom. And then the rotation happens. So my dream scenario is BTC legs up over 50K. FBTC drives down and then forms a low, and then Ethereum USD and as well as Ethereum beta plays. So what are Ethereum beta plays? ARB, OP, Lido, Filecoin, Unibot. These I would consider Ethereum betas. So I would love to see Bitcoin run 50K, then pull back, ETH BTC bottom, then all of this shit get its fucking God candle on, and then the whole market fucking nuke. That would be awesome. Generally speaking, when we see Ethereum put in its God candle, so when we see Ethereum put in its God candle, usually that's the sign that it's time to exit the fucking markets, right? So Bitcoin topped in April. Ethereum had 2 weeks, massive God candle, then the whole market fucking dumped. BTC topped here, November, right? Ethereum had its fucking move up, everything dumped. And this was the same in the last bull market too. So if you look here, BTC, December 2017, that's right here. So when BTC topped, then Ethereum went on a run and literally 2x'd in price, and then the whole market died. Very similar, right? So that is kind of what I'm banking on. I could be right, I could be wrong, I don't really know. But same thing here, right? There's April. When Bitcoin topped in April, Ethereum went on and did a fucking 2x in the next month. And then the whole market collapsed. So that's my dream scenario. I don't know if that's going to happen. I have no fucking clue what's going to happen. But I'm very excited for the next 48 hours. It's going to be sitting at my desk, eating at my desk, pissing at my desk, shitting at my desk, yelling at my fiance for more meatloaf. That's the next fucking 1 to 2 days here. I think it's going to be absolutely crazy. And I can't fucking wait. This is what we're in this shit for. No other market like it. Now, Ethereum, that same setup I talked about on Bitcoin, Ethereum actually printed it, right? So we had that low, it swept it. You zoom in, there's your lows run, there's your breaker block, market structure break, retest, boom, pushed away. So Ethereum here, looking on the 12-hour, even if we pull back some more, I think we're going here. So that'd be confluent with Bitcoin having another pop higher, right? Ethereum BTC below 0.05. So we're lagging, but I still think we're going to 2,500 here at least pretty soon. So we've got like a little fair value gap here potentially. If you look at the H4, I think this is probably, you would hope, right? If you're a bull, you probably hope that that's the retest. Now, could we come lower? Yeah, we could come all the way down to here first, right? So we could come down to here and then leg up, but that's valid too, right? You've got a nice H4 breaker there that caused that sweep. So we could come down here and then go up. But to me, I do think we're taking out these highs on Ethereum soon. So whether it's from right here or a little bit deeper, I think it resolves in another leg up still. But everything is just that much trickier. I'm just being that much more careful just because we have this massive news event coming. And keep in mind, anything but an approval is bearish, in my opinion, at least short term. Like if they delay it or they deny it, which would be crazy at this point, from what we know, we don't actually know anything. Because all the people telling us that it's basically a lock, none of those people are in charge of approving it. So we need the approval to come through, and we need that from a verified source. We've only heard news from people close to it, right? Maybe, but like the actual institution involved in approving this, the SEC, I believe, hasn't said anything yet. Gary Gensler wrote a thread on investing in crypto. Everyone's like, well, that's a surefire thing that it's bullish. And then you got Eric Balsack or Balchunas or whatever his name is. They're filing their S1s and they're da-da-da-da-da. We don't actually know until it happens, right? So my opinion, though, is short term for sure, is anything but an approval would be bearish and bad. A rejection would be like a black swan because it seems like the approval is that guaranteed from the sources we have available to us already. So we'll have to wait and see, but I do suggest, or at least I'm practicing caution. We've cleaned up, right? Like if you're following me for the last few years, you should be up a house, like so much fucking money. So much free money main. You could fill up a goddamn piggy bank like the one in Squid Games full of free money main tokens, okay? But especially since just even September, when we were at 25K and like fucking 1,500 Ethereum, I'm like on Twitter. This isn't in the Haven or anything. This is on Twitter, in Telegram, on YouTube. I'm like, I'm buying here. The risk reward's amazing. We're up almost 2x on Bitcoin, and we're up fucking $800 per Ethereum. So you should be printing, and I've printed a lot. I've crushed since September. I've made a bunch of money, so I don't need to gamble on a event where I'm not certain of the outcome, and there's a very good chance that both directions get fucked before the actual move happens. I'm fine waiting, letting the dust settle. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna gamble a little, but I'm just saying I'm not gonna risk all this money I've built up over the last 4, 5, 6 months on something uncertain. Whereas I've been very certain on the direction since September. I've been absolutely yelling from the rooftops that I'm bullish. I'm not interested in giving all that money back. Will I gamble some? Of course, right? We're gamblers at the end of the day. Don't try and convince yourself otherwise. But I'm not going to let myself put the gains that I've made completely at risk. I've withdrawn a ton of profit off of exchanges. I've realized some profit to my fucking bank, right? So keep that in mind with everything I'm saying here. And at the end of the day, do whatever the fuck you want. It's your money. Ethereum, though, again, high time frame, I still think it looks fine. I really do. We came into that weekly order block, right? We swept into that weekly order block on that lick cascade, took out those equal lows, and we're just trading higher. I just think this resolves higher. I really think that Ethereum gaps up as soon as Bitcoin fucking chills out and ETH BTC just gets a sniff of a fucking bid. You know, I would love for this just to gap up to fucking, I would love it to go to 3,500, but I think, at least 2,700, I think is still coming for Ethereum. Could I be wrong? And maybe Ethereum's fucking done now, and that's so last cycle, and Solana's the new fucking, Solana's Hansel in Zoolander, and fucking Ethereum is Zoolander, and Hansel's he's so hot right now, and Ethereum's just got Blue Steel, but Blue Steel is just fucking Vitalik's big old fucking dong. I don't know. Maybe that's the case, and maybe I'm a fucking boomer. I don't buy it. I don't think it's over for old fucking Ethereum and Vitalik Thundercock. I just don't believe it. But I wouldn't suggest trading Ethereum if you are someone who is trading with a smaller stack. I'm not calling you poor. I'm not doing that. But if you are financially challenged, see what I did there? That's a nice way of I'm just spinning that. I'm a wordsmith. If you are financially challenged, right? I don't think Ethereum is for you. I don't. And I think the reason is, one, yeah, it's expensive to use. So if you're trying to trade on chain, Solana is cheaper. It's faster. It just works better. Ethereum's expensive. Two, the cost basis, right? Ethereum is $2,300 right now for one. So if you're working with a sub 6-figure portfolio and you're trying to shove Ethereum, hoping that it goes to 5K or 10K, let's assume Ethereum's going to go to 10K at this cycle top. So a 5X from here, or 4X from here, let's just call it for easy math. We'll say it's at 2,500 right now. If you put in 100K, that now becomes 400K. That's a lot of money. You've made $300,000. That could change your life. But if you're trying to make it big, right? You're trying to fucking swing for the fences. You want to make a little into a lot. You want to make millions of dollars off of, 100K. It's not going to happen with spot Ethereum or spot Bitcoin. Spot Ethereum and spot Bitcoin, if you've got a large stack, that makes sense. Because if you got a large stack and it can go 2, 3, 5X, that's a lot of fucking money. But if you're a smaller stack, I don't think Ethereum is what you should be focused on. So I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're always talking about Ethereum. It's like, I'm a boomer. I've been in this game a long time. I have enough money in Ethereum that if it goes to 5K, I make a shitload, right? If it goes to 10K, I make a shitload. That might not be the case for you. So keep that in mind. Main delivered say into your fucking hand. That's how serious I am. Look at this. This is a knife. Don't fuck with me. I'm out of meds. I'm out. It should be against the law. And it will be an honor when your name gets called in court 10 years from now and we all end up in jail together. In a minute. I missed you guys. I love to travel, but I love streaming. I love making content. There's no way you can tell me that this is not the #1 crypto stream in the biz. How is BitBoy doing more numbers than me? He's only 40. Didn't he look like he's 56? If I was divorced and had gone through the year that he had gone through, lost my kids, my channel, my house, I'd probably look a lot older as well. But goddamn, it's actually criminal that I don't have 100K on YouTube yet. I don't think the quality's poor. I think the quality's just fine. The stream's current bitrate is 0. That's not even possible. You can't tell me what to fucking do. I'm my own boss. Anyone want to take a guess? What's different about me right now? Is it perhaps that I'm engaged? I'm off the market officially. All of you ladies out there watching, I know there's at least one. I'm off the market, so leave me alone. Don't DM me. Don't even look in my direction. And fellas, look at me as a beacon of hope, as a light at the end of the tunnel, as a ray of sunshine in a fucking storm that you too one day can lose your virginity. Meet a nice girl, settle down. It can happen. It probably won't, but it might. But I shave my stash. But I look fucking 12. My penis will invert inside my body and my balls will undrop. It will retract back into my abdomen. You'll get a mangina. Jesus Christ, man. Listen, I would love nothing more than to buy Bitcoin again in the 30Ks. I would welcome it. I would welcome it with open arms like Journey. Here I am with open arms, nothing to hide. Or what is it? Creed has an open arms song too? With arms wide open. I'm just all over the place this stream. We're unmedicated, fucking stashed, fresh face, baby face. It's wild. It's crazy. They're all Ponzi's, bro. Every single one of them is a fucking Ponzi. All we care about is making money. I don't care what the coins actually do. I'm not in it for the tech. I'm in it for the dinero, the argent, the cash, the moolah, the cheese.